Part 1. The Illusion of the Self, Alan Watts on who you really are. You think you're a person, a name, a mind, a body, a story, but Alan Watts would tell you, that's just the costume. Your real identity, far more mysterious, far more beautiful, and completely beyond who you think you are. Welcome to Introspect ZA. This is part 1 of our 4-part journey through the teachings of Alan Watts, philosopher, spiritual entertainer, and radical truth-teller of the 20th century. In this episode, we unravel the illusion of the self. Trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. This single line shatters what most of us believe about ourselves. Alan Watts wasn't interested in the mask. He was after what's underneath, and his central message was simple, but unsettling. The self you think you are does not exist. You've been taught that you are a separate thing, a skin-encapsulated ego, a conscious mind looking out at the world, a lone self, navigating life, chasing meaning. But what's insisted this was a hallucination, a social game we all learned to play. You were never a separate self. You were, and always are, the entire universe experiencing itself. Let's use one of Alan's favorite metaphors. Think of waves on the ocean. Each wave appears separate, but no wave is separate from the sea. You don't come into the world. You come out of it, like a wave from the ocean. You are not a stranger here. What saw the human being not as a thing apart, but as a function of the total system? From birth, we're taught to label ourselves. I'm Sarah. I'm John. I'm this. I'm that. But what's said these are just roles, like a character in a play. Behind the name, behind the personality, there is something vast, wordless, and eternal. You are the universe experiencing itself in human form. Here's the trap. We confuse our thoughts with who we are. We think the voice in our head is us. We say, I am thinking, I am choosing. But as Watts put it, you don't come into this world with an ego. You develop one. And that ego, your false self, is always afraid, always grasping, always defending. Why? Because it knows it's an illusion, and illusions must be maintained. So who are you really beneath the mask? Alan Watts said, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are awareness itself, the silent witness, the space in which experience unfolds. Not a thinker, not a doer, just being. You don't control your thoughts. You don't even generate them. They arise. Just like a breeze moves through leaves. And yet you believe, I thought this. I chose that. I am separate from you. What said no? That's just the ego's illusion of control. The deeper self, the real you, is like the sky. Thoughts and emotions are just passing clouds. In a world obsessed with identity, ambition, competition, Alan Watts asked us to pause, to question. Who is this I keep defending? What if the mind is not a master, but a servant? What happens if I stop identifying with the drama? The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe. Science tells us we're made of stardust. Alan Watts took it further. You are not just made from the universe. You are the universe, a pattern, a wave, a function of something unspeakably intelligent and alive. And the tragedy of modern life, he said, is that we've forgotten this. We've bought into the myth of the separate self. But what happens when you drop that illusion? You're free. No more anxiety about proving your worth. No more fear of missing out or being not enough. No more clinging to ego-driven stories. You simply are. Pure presence. Alive. Aware. Connected to everything. To understand yourself is to be without fear. Because fear comes from holding on to a false idea of who you are.
So how do you wake up from the illusion? 1. Watch your thoughts, but don't identify with them. You are not the thinker. You are the awareness behind the thought. 2. Practice stillness. In silence, the ego fades. What remains is presence, pure being. 3. Question your story. Every I am statement is a mask. Drop the story, and what's left? 4. Connect with nature. Watts said nature reflects your true identity, flowing, spontaneous, one with all things. Alan Watts wasn't offering dogma. He wasn't preaching salvation. He was offering a mirror and an invitation to drop the illusion, to return to presence, to rediscover that you are not a person in the universe. You are the universe, appearing as a person. This is the truth beyond ego, beyond thought, beyond fear. This is who you've always been, and once you see it, you can never unsee it. Welcome to your true self. Thank you for joining Introspect Zay. This was part 1 of our Alan Watts series. If this resonated with you, like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated. Next time, we explore the art of letting go. Alan Watts on flow, surrender, and living now. Until then, remember, you are not what you think. You are something far deeper. You are life itself.